Pair of circlip pliers or just your pointy nose ones
Uh,
again?
this ones I'm gonna turn into circlip pliers.
Yeah. Still a bit hard when you got to force them open, but it'll be a bit
Well,
easier, I think.
I should be able to do it with one hand like this. You see?
No, you might be lucky. There's a fair amount of tension on them, but
Yeah.
just be careful that you grind a circle on them when you.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna try and concentrate on the edges first, and because this is already curved, so I'm just gonna try and
No, no,
concentrate.
leave those edges alone. Don't
Yeah,
worry
right.
about them because they're not gripping anything on the circlip. It's the
Yeah.
point you've got to worry about.
All right, and I put a guide to circlip pliers in the woodwork.
Oh yeah,
It's I looked at it. It tells me the size that I need to have these at around about.
yeah.
Oh, I I just always put it there where it goes and then push it,
No, it's
but
got to
make
be.
sure that the push the back of it so as it opens,
Yeah, it's got to be
clips
opened up.
into it.
That's a problem.
Yeah. I I asked my father-in-law yesterday, and he doesn't have a pair of them.
You know,
I mean,
just grind the outsides of them, not the
yeah.
insides.
Right.
Yeah, I've got because I do work with small rings and stuff occasionally. I got a set of jewelry pliers that do the same thing, but there are three different sets of jaws, and when you open it, all of them open. So you
Yeah,
can use what you want for rebending chains or whatever. I found that very handy, and I found it at a gem and jewelry show. It was cheap, it was like $10.
I've got
So
varying sizes of circlip pliers. Some of the ones we used to take off were huge.
do you hear the
Oh,
elephants walking around today?
No,
Yeah. You shouldn't either, because I chopped their feet off.
oh right,
no, yeah, I've seen this guy that's from Australia. He's on the other side because he repairs mining equipment, like you used to do.
yeah,
And I've seen some of these big ones that are like a foot across or better.
yep,
I had never seen anything that big, but I'm following him because he's all this new stuff that I've never seen before, and he explains what it does and why and what gas he uses and why, and it's interesting, at least to me, because it's a form of the
yeah. Well,
machining and stuff I've never done.
I used to have a shifter, which is what you call an adjustable wrench that was 7 feet long.
Yes, yeah, the nickname is a monkey wrench.
No, a monkey wrench is different. They're like a monkey wrench is uh, plumbers use them
Yeah,
like a pipe wrench.
pipe wrench.
Yeah,
So
only
the
they've got
wrench you're talking about have flat jaws that open up?
yeah an adjustable wrench, a
Right.
shifting spanner we call them. Got a big knurled nut in them you undo and the jaws open out.
Yeah, but they're parallel to each other
That
as they
like
open.
that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, 7 foot long. I used to have to use the block and tackle to lift it up, and then occasionally we put a pipe onto that to undo some things. Jay,
I
it's
got a
actually better if you use. I shouldn't tell you this, but use the side of the wheel. Yes.
Riley's whining at the door, so I know what that means. Just a minute, I'll be back.
Yeah, no worries. Just hasten nice and slowly. Check. Don't take too much off at a time. Just check it every time you do it. You winning? Got to get the phone. I'll be back in a minute.
Back again. Sorry. When a dog is standing there whining at a door, you better move or you end up having a mess to clean up. At least with Riley. He gives you a warning.
Ones I do get annoyed about are the ones that, oh, when I was working flat out, that would come in at 8 or 9 o'clock at night and want something the next morning.
Oh, yeah.
That's that's the joys of working at home.
Well, at least you can bill them extra time, overtime, time and a half.
I used to do that on the odd occasion too.
I remember my grandfather's shop. But any orders after 4 in the afternoon will not be taken unless you have money in cash to pay in advance tonight. Not many people did. Oh, your trick this morning with the card scraper.
Oh,
When I saw it, when you said that, I got the identical ones of you. I got, and I've used them because they're hand me down from my grandfather. And I don't know how often I've had to. Well, it's sharpening them, but not in the conventional. He had a steel rod, and he'd put the rod in the vise, and then he'd go around all the edges.
I do it. I actually do it the other way around. I put the scraper in a vise, and then I used to have a tool for doing them, but now with the high speed steel chisels, I just use the plain part of a bowl gouge.
Yeah, I've used several things, but I do use them the same. I have what do they call it? A little device that takes and puts an edge
Yeah,
on scrapers and stuff like that. It's got a straight pin in it, and it's got a coned pin, and then a fixed pin that actually has two holes you can mount it in, and you put
yeah,
it
I know
on
the
there
thing.
simply. Yeah, I've had that for a long time, and I've used that lately to do my card scrapers. But I thought that was a secret, so I've never told anybody. And when I heard you say that, and you say don't use it while you turn, I was, oh sure, that's true. But one thing I learned though the hard way, like with 6 stitches once, is that I use a leather glove when I do it to hold it, just in case it catches something. If I see a knot that I've you know trimmed down, I know that that might catch. And years ago, probably 20 years ago, I ended up with stitches because it just come loose and cut my hand. And it was my fault because there was a small knot where a branch had come through. And it was turned down, but that, of course, was end grain underneath the side grain.
Yep.
And on top of that, it was always harder. And
Right.
I
How's
was
it going,
doing a
Joe?
good job, and it just hit it.
Just keep your hand over it in case it flies off when you open it out. That's all. Like that.
Oh, the sorrowful eyes. I got a cupcake and the tail's going, and he's standing here
Yeah.
looking at me. It was a sad face and whine, and the ears are down and drooping. Who said animals can't talk?
Yeah, just hold on, Bob. Yeah, you can see what I mean, Jay, about it takes a fair amount of strength to open them. So, and it pays to put a little bit of like an angle back towards the thing so that it sort of stays in there. That's why I say when you go to put it on, make sure your hand's over the top of it just in case it flicks off. Don't ask me how I know all this shit.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, I had one person tell me how he did it, and he took fishing line and put it around it and tied a knot in it, and then the other end of that was anchored. Uh, where do you have it anchored to? He had it. I think he had it anchored to the handle somewhere with a little loop. The idea being, if it came off while and it was a regular set of regular pliers that he was using, designed for it, with the bent pins in them like that.
Yeah.
But he always had that looped, and because they were cheap, but once they flew, you couldn't find them in his shop because it was like yours. You'd need a metal detector to go through the shavings and sawdust.
Oh no, even in a mechanical repair shop where there's no sawdust, they're flaming hard to find if they fly.
Yeah, that's why he tied the thread to it to hold them. So if it did, they were there. And it wasn't a problem once he got them, hooked on whatever pin he was hooking it onto. He'd just take a knife and slice the thread.
Yeah, I'm surprised actually that it even went down into the groove with because the grooves are fairly closely machined. So I just find it easier to put a cloth over it.
Yeah. All gone. Nope. That's just the cupcake wrapper. You can't eat that.
Well, he can eat it, but he's not allowed to.
No. He's looking for crumbs that I might have dropped. Yeah, I've got to go to DC next week. Got a vacation being given me. My sister and her husband taking me to a vacation.
Ah, very good. Where to?
Hilton Head. It's a big golf resort. They don't play golf, but that's where there's a conference going on that my sister wants to go to. So it was supposed to have been last year, but COVID stopped it, so they rescheduled it this year. And they took and it's already paid for. Uh, 3 people for the hotel and everything for 5 days. Uh, and the third person can't go now. So they called me and said, "Would you like to go to Hilton Head?" And
And of course, you said no.
Well, I got to go to DC anyway, to the VA hospital there for Agent Orange treatment. So I have been juggling around, and not that I got it approved, I was able to get an appointment. Uh, Told them where I was going to be, and when I get back from the Hilton Head thing, uh, I can go and spend 2 days there.
Oh, well, that should be nice and relaxing.
Oh yeah, because I sit in a big whirlpool, a big stainless steel whirlpool where chemicals are used on the skin to help reinforce it. And in places where it's too thin, they do a very interesting. It's not a transplant. They have, and it's being used all the time in hospitals today with artificial skin. They call it, but it's not skin. It's It looks like cheesecloth,
Yeah, yeah, I've actually
and
seen it.
they put it over, and your existing skin, it's like it grows up through it, and it gives it, stability.
Yeah, it's like a fiberglass patch.
Yeah, just like that. Yeah, I don't know, boy, what you're gonna do without me here for 2 weeks. Gonna bug them all.
I had that skin put on my feet and lower legs
So
when
how was it?
I got
I've
third
never had
degree.
it.
I had third-degree burns on my feet, and I had to completely skin my feet basically, and put new skin on them, both of them. How you going, Michael? It actually
Hello,
grows quite.
Michael.
What they actually do is they got this silver sheeting that goes over it.
Yeah.
It's got silver in it to help your body heal quicker, and they wrap that directly over the skin. So from my halfway past my knees, so about half a foot past my knees down, my skin's only 5 years old, 6 years old.
Huh. Well, that's what
It's
I'm
pretty,
getting on both legs,
it's
Yeah,
pretty amazing
from
what they
the
can do
knees
these
down.
days.
yeah, it is, Robbo. Yes, and we've got one of the best skin doctors in South Australia, anyway. So we got
Yeah,
all that equipment and stuff. So.
No more, Riley. Wagging the
Go away,
tail and whining.
go away, dog. You've already had your treat now.
yeah.
Well, he
Meow.
still smells. He can see the paper,
Meow.
the cupcake, and he's
Damn it.
shedding. Boy, is he shedding. It's not the day to wear black pants.
If Bob didn't have those headphones on, that would have worked.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I know.
Meow.
No, go lay down. Go on. Go lay down. Get the bed warm.
I'm
There he
trying
goes.
to
Go on. Lay down.
minimise loss if I can, if that's possible.
Good idea.
If it shoots off on me, then maybe it'll land in this net. Maybe.
You got a couple spare?
You know what it is? It's actually it's to cover food on your table.
Right, but if you got a spare,
Circlip?
yeah,
No. That's
Ooh.
why I'm kind of trying to do a bit of a preemptive strike, and hopefully it doesn't fling off too far.
Yeah, I have them on the lathe. Got one, two. It holds the banjo in. The bar goes from the banjo in, and there's two. One before it enters, and there's a brass or a bronze bushing that's in the banjo in the cast iron pressed in there, and then it has everything, for the lock to come up and down to lock it, and at the other end they have a clip.
Yep. Oh, this thing's got magnets on it. They won't stick to the shed, unfortunately.
Now you're going to get Amber to help you
Um,
because I think you're going to need her.
I didn't think. I did thought it didn't cross my mind, but I guess so.
tell you the weather here. It has shifted so it's really quick from being 95 during the day to 50.
Ah, no, we don't get rapid. Oh, we very rarely get rapid temperature changes like that.
We
Hey,
haven't either. It made a record to
if this
shift that
doesn't
much.
work,
Yeah.
sorry, if this doesn't work, can I get a G clamp and put it on either side and bring it back?
I don't think you'll have enough room to get a G clamp back in
I've
there.
got little ones.
Yeah. Anyway, just see how it goes when Amber's there. All right.
Yeah, it didn't work yesterday, and
Well, you got. I think you're going to need two hands to open that circlip up. That's the problem.
yeah, Amber.
Well, can't you put the other disc on and clamp it?
Hello, Amber.
Compress
How
the
are you?
string and all?
Hello.
It's not too hard to push back. It's just a matter of you.
Doesn't have to go.
Out of the way.
That's it. I can't
Uh-huh.
remember what's going. There, that's it. Good.
Now then, let go for a sec. Don't just do it when I've got the pliers in my hand and stuff.
G'day, Justin.
How you going, Justin?
Evening, Justin.
You watched yesterday's one too, Justin?
Just in time.
Yep. Just in case.
But you have a witness.
That's it. Justin.
Thank you.
Just. Yep.
No,
See, just enough, he said.
maybe do it a little bit smaller. Close it down a bit.
Yeah, I know. It's
You might have to.
if I go too thin, it's just going to bend the middle.
Mm.
No, sorry, dear. I've got to come at this angle.
Yes, Justin. Yeah. This is a new one going on now. Jay's just had to make a pair of circlip pliers, that's all.
Mhm.
No, this isn't going to work.
G'day, Sarge. Won't be talking much at the moment. We're just getting a circlip into place, so.
I'm going to have to grind it down a bit more, I think. It keeps popping off. Sorry. If I would be right, if I had a bastard right now, that would do it quite nicely. You can talk now.
Oh, yeah. So you've had a pretty hectic few weeks there, have you, Sarge? Look like you're well looked after anyway.
Hey, Sarge, having original Cajun cooking. What do you think of it? Because what we get at Cajun restaurants here is nothing like you get in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, your volume needs to come up a little bit, Bob. You're very soft for some reason.
Okay, is this any better?
That's better.
Okay. It's like anyone with teenagers. I get the hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
Problem is, I bought them for them. And then it was, but I get up and I walk around and the cord is not long enough. And well, how about an extension cord? Well, there's this new one out and it's on sale now, and it's my birthday next month, and I get the old one.
Yeah, that's the problem sometimes, Sarge. You gain a few pounds when you go away. Yeah, it looks like it might work. All right. Give it a whirl. Once you get it over the end of the shaft, it's fairly easy. You can push it on from there.
Bouncing away on the filing cabinet.
Yeah.
Did that fit?
They fit better now, but I don't know what they're going to be like. It's still going to be. Just clean the metal shavings off. Whew. It's 10 past 11 and it's 21 in here already. Whew.
Yeah.
All right. This might be a beat to be continued if this doesn't work this time.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh, I was taking my jumper off. I said this might be a to be continued if this doesn't work.
Sarge says some of the blokes would rather catch gators than string wires.
Yeah.
Well, they're not getting paid for that, so it's their choice.
That's it. No, it's
Yeah,
there.
it's on there.
No, it's
No, it's not on there, but
It's not.
it's not
Even.
I know it's on the pole though, Amber.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, wait, no. No, sorry, dear.
It looks
No
so
good?
close.
No, I had it on there, but I couldn't push it down. I didn't have it on there far enough, and it's hurting Amber's hands.
Yeah. It's just a pity you haven't got a spanner that fits
Yeah.
to push that spring back. It'll make it much easier.
Is that ready?
Hang on.
Have you got a small clamp? Push it
No.
back and use a clamp on it to hold it back.
No, the clamps won't work. There's not enough spring to get the jaw of the clamp on, and it's too much of an angle to get it onto the pulley. It'll just slip off.
Hang on, just let me put this back on now. Where is it? Right. I'll try and put this on there. You can just pull
I
this
know,
back
I know
instead
what
of the
you
spring.
mean.
Okay. Alright, I can't get my hand back. You're going to release it. Let me go. Just let go, dear. Sorry. Alright, I've just got to get this right before I do anything else. go back over now.
I don't think you're going to get it back far enough with the width of the jaws. That's the problem.
That's it.
No.
Yeah, Sarge, I know. Yeah. we had because I'm right on the Detroit River. Uh, when it gets hot here, often we
No,
get
you
the
can't use
humidity
that
off
to
the
put it
Great
on
Lakes.
with unless you use the open end at the end.
No, it's still too fat.
Sorry?
It's still too fat.
Yeah, right.
Thrash the fingers out or nothing. This is just to try and catch the flames off.
Oh,
If
okay.
you can get it onto the shaft, use the screw.
Yeah.
If you can
Yeah.
get the circlip onto the shaft, use the screwdriver end to push it over into the groove.
Well, oh, just a screwdriver.
Yeah, just use the end of the screwdriver, like the normal part of the screwdriver to push it in. You tried hitting it with the handle and that.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. Oh, sorry.
All right, no, you're right.
Well,
Got it?
okay, hang on.
Got it.
Oh, sweet.
It's in.
Beautiful.
Hooray!
Right, now,
Jesus Christ.
No, it's
Get
not
the-
in.
get the screwdriver
Yeah,
and make sure it is seated right into the groove, all right?
it's not. I can see that.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Thank you very much.
I'm gonna go make lunch.
All right. Thank you.
Or
Here's
use the
that.
points of the pliers, one or the other. No, use the blade of the screwdriver. That's it, and push the circlip towards the spring. It should snap into the groove.
I heard it snap in
Yeah.
at the start, so it looks pretty even all the way
Okay.
around.
All right. No worries.
What's for lunch? My goring noodles with a little bit of goat's cheese just to make it creamy, and an egg. The white gets mixed in with the noodles when it's cooking, and the yolk gets kept separate on top. That's how I like it. Not fussy or anything.
When are you going to have a what's for lunch video
Never.
to teach how to make the stuff?
Oh, I generally don't follow people that put up constant pictures of what they're eating.
No, but this would be teaching how to do it the Aussie way.
Oh yeah, yeah. I haven't got any kangaroo. Sorry.
I've had kangaroo, but it's been a long, long time. When I was down there for the Olympics, we went out and they had that at one of the bars, with toothpicks and stuff like that. At least that's what they told us it was.
Yeah, we're just about got it knocked on the head now, Rex.
You just got to get the belt on.
Yeah, I'm just making
You
Now-
have to
sure.
be old hand at that now.
Open out the pulley on the headstock.
Yeah. How you going, Rex? What's going on? Alright.
And put your belt up on the headstock pulley.
Oops, give it a little clean. That's it, Jason. Whip yourself with the belt, you wanker. spray some WD-40 in there.
Yeah.
Also.
Spray some stuff into that before you get any further. And Sarge said he'd wallaby stew when he was in Catherine.
Oh, I never had that. So you're one up on me, Sarge.
If it was up in Catherine, it was probably roadkill.
Because there's so much of it.
Oh,
I will admit, actually, they were the only kangaroos I seen when I was living in Woomera with dead ones on the side of the road. Seen plenty of emus that try and run into your car at the last second.
Now you've got to open up that pulley somehow a little bit on the thing.
I think I did it with a piece of wood last time.
Yeah, a wedge.
Yeah. I've only moved sheds since then. So.
Oh, that's good, Rex.
oh, I'll tell you, I love my McNaughton, but the one I've got is the first generation. And I had to change the cutting head on them, not change it, but regrind and shape them to what they sell today because it's much easier. But I love it. I've got all the different bars, and the only thing I wish I had is the tool holder, the new one, where it's actually captured. Mine just has a little finger like this, and it comes up and down. So it wants to bounce on you. But it was the first ones out. Just a big no-no on sharpening is that you only sharpen the face, the tang tongue or ten tongue metal on there. That's if it gets too thin, it won't work. So you can't cut. You can't sharpen from that. You sharpen the blunt face like you would a chisel or a scraper. I know I had to send some of mine back in the shipping to Australia to get new 10 tongue put on them years ago. That was ridiculous, but I screwed it up before there was any videos out. Got it.
What's it doing? Got wedged, doesn't it? Cool.
Yeah, just walk it around. It'll come up.
Yeah, did.
Because remember, it's riding on the sides. Most
Yeah.
yeah. Belts ride on the face, but this is on the side.
Yep.
Start it up and just let it run for a second.
Yeah.
Lovely, tell your mother.
Yeah. Yep. Thank
You're
you
getting
very
pretty
much.
good at that.
Yeah, well, I have to be eventually, surely. Hey, one person tells me to do it this way, and another person tells me to do it this way.
Yeah. Well, probably normally when you're tightening, you do it that way. But
Yeah.
what I would do, because you've got to be careful tightening it that way, is just when it starts springing, you know that it's
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that then.
yeah. Yeah, well, that's what I've always said, Sarge. God is a woman. Because if
Yes.
God was a man, we'd have 3 hands.
Amen.
And the other hand would have fingers that were as strong as spanners and be 10 inches long so as you could get up into all the little awkward spots, you know?
Yeah, it's like what we see in sci-fi movies for Martians' hands.
Yeah. But better because they'll be human.
Yeah.
Well then. That was an interesting live.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's something that people, you ought to title it as such. That people
Yeah,
with Reeves drives can watch it and see you do it.
yeah, yesterday's and today's is called Reeves drive replacement.
I just started up again and just tried going through the speeds, all right, just to make sure.
You knew I just unplugged it, didn't you? No? You know that, don't you? Your sixth sense told you just unplugged it. Now make him
Yeah,
plug it back in.
for some reason I'm having trouble hearing everybody today. I don't know why.
Are your batteries going flat in your hearing aids, maybe?
Maybe the headset's not quite positioned properly over my ear.
Is that better?
That's better.
Well, what-
I'll be
you're not
yelling in
using your bone headset.
No, I don't work on that computer in the office, Bob.
Works
Oh,
fantastic on the laptop outside. All right. Good night, Rex.
All right, thanks for coming in, Rex. Take it easy. Say hello to Tammy
Yep.
for us.
Yeah, that's working pretty good. Rightio. Lovely, tell your mother.
Put a bit of lube in there, eh?
Yeah. That'll do it.
Yep.
WD-40, designed to waterproof World War II submarines.
Yep.
That sounds much
Right.
better.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does.
Well, I hear you're going to get some new submarines.
Yeah, not from France, though.
No.
Well, of course, because you bought what was superior in stealth.
No,
Yeah.
they stuffed the contract up.
Is it going to start a world war?
No,
And Blair said, way to go, Jay. Applause.
Thank
yes.
you. How you going, Blair?
G'day, Blair.
Yeah, hi, Blair. Oh,
All right. Thank you very much for your help, Robbo. I do appreciate it.
No sweat.
And I'll keep those pliers handy so in case I need them again.
Yeah, it does make it easier.
Does. Oh, yep. All right. Everyone the chat. Thanks for coming in. Do appreciate it.
Yep. Enjoy your lunch.
Oh, don't talk about that stuff in here, Blair. Bloody hell. Look, personally, yeah, I agree with what Robbo's about to say.
Pigskin full of wind, chased around by idiots in a paddock.
Yes.
With the object of putting them between two poles.
Yeah. I hate the sport with a passion. All of them, except for cricket. All right. All right. Now the grand final of footy's finished. They can bugger off for the year and let me enjoy my cricket in peace.
The problem is that the football isn't finished out there. They keep what player drafts are going on. They keep it going all bloody year.
Yeah, I know.
Justin says aerial ballet.
They're all girls. They want to play under a roof when it's not raining. It's a winter sport, and they want to play, and we don't want to play in the rain. Big girls' blouses. All right, I'm going.
All right.
Okay.
Insulted
See you later.
AFL.
See you later.